the ongoing promo and when it will end, because I know we have lost about 9 days, but I know we will cover up. So please, this is the best time for you to record. If you have not been recording, please listen now. Okay, thank you. Especially I must thank you for coming. The numbers are very encouraging, and that's why I needed to come back. When I saw the first bus, saw the second one, the third one, I said, what's really happening? And for me, I'm very excited. So I'm going to give you like an overview of what we're doing here and why you need to sell this apartment. Let me start because I love to talk about the statistics. Now, Fairfield, Eastland Gulf is more like a community. It's strategically located around Abijo for people that will be coming on their own. Strategically located around Abijo. It's about 7 minutes drive from ShopRite. It's 4 minutes drive from the express. You can time it when you're going back from the express. And we have some other neighborhoods, some landmarks that you should also look out for when you're coming in. For instance, we have Corona Day Secondary School adjacent to this place. Now, we're also lucky to be found within a community called Greenwood Estate, which is just directly opposite Abijo GRA second gate. Rain Oil Police Station happens to be the first gate. Now you have the second gate just 4 poles away from Rain Oil Police Station. Now, a little about Fairfield. Fairfield is more like a multi-family apartment. And we're talking about multi-family apartments. We're talking about places where families can interconnect. And if you need families to interconnect, there are some certain things that you must put in place to enable that to thrive. For instance, we talk about infrastructure, we talk about social area where people can always meet together, share ideas together as well. Then you also talk about other things that can also enable children to stay. Because we're talking about multi-family apartment, you also need to talk about, you need to carry children along as well. So we have that all covered. I'll start with infrastructure. There are some certain things that I always ask people to look out for when you're keen into, especially I know your investors are watching already. There are some people already watching and they want to key in. So there are some certain things you must look out for. First of all, flood control. Now you discover that around this environment, around Lekki, all around, you're just 2 feet above the sea level. And it is very, 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 very important to look out for flood control measures when you're keen in anything around this neighborhood. For instance, for us, we know that flood is part of problem around this axis. So we started with flood control. What did we do that stands out? The first thing we did was to take our level. We took our level from the Lekki Expressway, and that has enabled us to thrive. If you look at the estate, you see that we're above the road. You can't have water encroach into our estate. Now, another thing that we've also done is that we're able to set up well-linked up drainages. We start from the external drainage, which is about 1.3 cubic meter depth down the ground, with slab covers, neatly done. It's done in such a way that people can walk on them. It's also done so that we don't have debris. Remember, Nigeria is a country whereby packaged water is really part of our businesses. So what we do is we have slab covering them so that we don't have those things going to block our drain. Now, internally too, you look around, you discover that we've also taken care of the internal part of the estate by also providing drainages. Now, we're currently standing, if you look at your layout, the map, like a guide, we're standing on the Fairfield Boulevard Road. Now, this road you're standing on is a 12-meter width road with double drainages both sides. The drainages are either in-situ drainages or precast, where you can open up and through when there's a blockage. So that's part of our flood control. Another thing is power, electricity, which is another problem around. So for us, we're using a premium line. Now we have a 33 kV premium line also coming in. You can see the poles already. These poles are all the way from Rain Oil. From Rain Oil, we'll be doing overhead cabling, and as soon as it gets to the site, we'll now do underground trunking. Now on this road, all the sleeves have been introduced. We have introduced all the sleeves. You'll see some other manholes that have already been established as well. Now we're doing underground trunking all the way to our panel rooms, which I'm also going to show you this time. It gets to our panel room, and from our panel room, it gets to all the apartments that you're seeing. Now for us, we're not just building apartments, we're particularly about housing solutions. We're trying to see how we can provide housing solutions. And if you are a housing solution provider, you need to also back it up with infrastructure. Our apartments you're seeing, they all have tanks, they have, in terms of water, they have one tank connected to one apartment. It's going to be fully serviced, and everyone will be metered based on consumption. You won't have a situation whereby you have a larger family, or you have a neighbor that has a larger family, has a kind of large family, and your neighbor will pay the same bill with you. You're being metered based on consumption. So every apartment has its own tank, well linked up tank. Now we equally have, every apartment has its own meter. So peradventure, your neighbor is running out of water because he's very careless with the use of water, then it won't affect you. Now we also have a water treatment plant, a 40,000 water treatment plant. You can imagine how that will be. A 40,000 water treatment plant, that's about 260,000 liters every day that will be supplied into all the apartments. Then we have social area. Now, behind me is social area where we have a basketball court and a lawn tennis court. Now, the lawn tennis court is more like a team court where we can always raise it up, it becomes a handball. When we bring it down, it becomes a lawn tennis court. Then we have a basketball court at the other end. Then an open air now. Remember, it's a family apartment. You have to bring those hands and sit down together and enjoy themselves. Talk about fitness. Get connected with each other as well. Then we only have a school for children. I'm just running through the infrastructure. We have a school for ages 1 to 6. Sometimes women have these challenges. When you're at work, you're thinking of when the school bus will pick your child. You're also thinking of when the school bus will go, especially a tender child. So for us, we'll have a school for ages 1 to 6 aside. Then we probably have playground for children, so where they can ride their bicycles around, recreational park as well. Then we have a gym hall for your recreation, gym hall for exercises, and a central swimming pool. What we've done in essence is that we're trying to decongest our social area so that we don't have a whole lot of people coming to one point, so we'll be able to decentralize it. Now, that's for the Fairfield apartment, but the beauty is whether you're buying into Fairfield apartment or you're buying into Eastland, you have same rights. You have same rights away. Now you have the Second Avenue road at the other end. It's a 9-meter width road as well. You have drainage also established. As of today, our drainage is about 154 meters in terms of depth. We've also done rigid pavement road, as a concretized road at the other end as well. We're replicating what we are having here at the other end. People will ask questions, why are you spending so much on this road? Yes, it's costing us so much. But for us, we're trying to put down things that can command value, things that can stand the test of time. A concretized road will last for 35 to 40 years before you call for maintenance. Remember, we're also talking about the population here. We're looking at having 600 to 650 families live in the entire landmass. I'm surprised nobody asked me how big the land is. Now, the land is 43 acres of land. We have 20 acres for the land section, and we have 20 acres for the apartment section. So it's quite large. It's an inverted L. If you look at the map, discover that it's more like an inverted L. It looks narrow here, but spans off at the other end. Now for Eastland Golf as well, Eastland Golf subscribers are just this set of subscribers that do not have that time, they have the luxury of time, so they can build on their own. So the only difference is that for the guys that are subscribing to apartments, they do not have the time, and they don't even have the technical know-how. They might not even engaged an engineer before, so they want the apartment. Now for the Eastland Golf guys, they have the time, they want to build their dream house, so we'll give them that opportunity of doing that. For instance, we have 500 square meter. Before now, we used to have a premium plot as well. Premium plots are all sold out. Currently, we have a 500 square meter and regular plot, and we have 250 square meter regular plot as well. Now, it comes well planned. If you move around, we've already allocated 87 plots so far. So we will not just sell, we sell to allocate. We've allocated 87 plots so far. And you move around, you will discover that they have the names on the plot and also the kind of house type. So you see, it's planned from the beginning. Upon completion of your payment, you tell us the kind of house type in the submit form that we're giving to your subscribers, to your client. You tell us the kind of house type you want to do, then we allocate based on house type. Today, we've allocated 87 plots, and we'll be calling for the next batch of allocation by November, then by October, then the last one will be by December. So it's more like a community, style living, where you have green areas, living together, cohabiting together with people that are called apartments. Now let me also run you through the statistics. As we speak today, we've sold about 68% of the total apartments, and we're still selling. We're expected to have 405 units of apartments, and it will also interest you to know, for those of you that are also thinking of closing deals with diaspora clients, this is the time to get at them. This is the time to get at them, especially now that dollar is very favorable. It's also interesting to know that 65% out of 68% are being bought by clients that are all planned projects where a subscriber is expected to pay 20% of the total sum and spread the balance within 1 year without interest. So that's the game. The game is that the person who is owning this apartment through a flexible means doesn't have to go and break the bank. It's got the commitment of 4 million naira and spread the balance within 1 year. And the subscriber also has an option of having a longer payment plan. We've had situations whereby people want longer payment plans, and for us, we're trying to provide housing solutions. We're also trying to bridge housing deficit in Lagos State. So we want to see how we can give people the opportunity to get included in this scheme. So if you have a client that is also thinking of a longer payment plan, we can do that, a longer payment plan with interest. It doesn't pay, it won't be paying interest for the first year, but the second year it pays an interest of 1 million naira, which is also negotiable depending on the numbers of units the subscriber is buying. Now, these apartments are very sizable. We have a 1-bedroom commanding 59.1 square meter, 2-bedroom 89 square meter, and a 3-bedroom 121.3 square meter. If you're confident with the square meters, you discover that they are very, very sizable apartments. You can hardly find these apartments selling for that price. And they come in 2 clusters. We have cluster 1 that has to do with semi-finished. We have cluster 2 that has to do with fully finished. Now, our semi-finished apartment comes with all the external finishing. The block 03, the one we just allocated on Saturday, it's majorly semi-finished apartment. All the external finishing will be concluded. You can see the windows are being installed, the handrails are there, the painting done. While internally, we're also going to take care of the external doors. Now we're using steel doors. Now we're going to take care of the external doors, take care of the glass opening where you open up for natural air and light. Then we also take care of the M&E first and second fix. Now our second fix, we even do it to the point of getting to the wiring level. Why are we doing the wiring? We're doing that so that we don't have situations whereby people use different kinds of wire. As we speak, we use Coleman, which is one of the best in West Africa. And that's what we're using for all the apartments, so that we don't have situations whereby we start having fire in the apartment. So that's for semi-finished and also for finished. Semi-finished 1-bedroom, 11 million naira, 2-bedroom, 16 million naira, and a 3-bedroom, 21 million naira. Then we have the fully finished that comes with all the internal finishings, POP are going to be installed. Fantastic POP. Then we have the internal doors being installed, external doors, fittings, sanitary wares, electrical fittings, tiling, painting. All you need to do, or all the subscriber needs to do, is to come in with his or her load to parking. So, and we're still selling. We have over 100 units that are still kept on ground. As we speak, the entire court A has been allocated and has also been subscribed for. And we've commenced work on our court B. Currently, we've done about 27 pile points already. We're expected to do 107 pile points. And it takes only 90 days to conclude a pile. Once we have done that for 90 days, we start having the building spring for. So I don't know if there's any question. I don't want to do all the talking alone. Would there be any question?
Any question?
Put all the flyers on the group.
No problem.
Say this.
You are going to have